Now who got a move rocking on? Now who wanna move crossing on? Now who wanna move bottom? If you got stripes and you let the city know you rock 'em, yeah we got 'em, yeah we fought 'em. Like that black and orange up on 'em, bingo bottle, never stop it. To the beast and know 'em. Who they rockin' with the diamond stripes, flossing on the ring. Cincinnati, she's our queen, we gon' show the world.
What's up, everybody? This is Ted Karras with the Cincinnati Bengals and the Cincy Hat, and you're watching Bengals and Brews.
Hi.
I said, welcome to the show. I am muted.
Oh, yeah.
I noticed as soon as
And I said, hi.
Yeah, there you go.
Man.
Yeah, I have not watched the Duke Tobin press conference. I don't believe you have either because you just woke up. I just got home from work. I was running a little late. Yeah, which is employed by this guy.
That's right, man. There you go. Screenshot.
Here you go. This is
Hell yeah.
That's our feelings without even listening to it. I'm just
right.
assuming he said a bunch of nothing from what
Right.
People told me on Twitter because I wasn't able to listen to it yet. It's one of those things, probably torture to listen to, but I understand that they're not going to say a lot in these. I do know he said like, oh, we have the right scouts. We're not going to expand the scouting department.
Yeah.
Well, that's a fail immediately. The fact that he said that. Some other people was saying he kind of said something about needing a 3-tech. Well, if he did say that, I will just say he better plan on trying to get Peter Woods in the draft. But what if he's not there? Because I don't think there is anybody.
No,
we murdered Nips. He's dead. We killed him.
Yeah, no more. He's on
hiatus.
Social media's not been happening either. He's just not around.
I don't know if Dustin, I know he's a work thing. He popped in if he wants to join, or not. I don't know.
Right.
I'll pop him on, see if he's there. Are you there, Dustin?
Yeah, can you hear me okay?
No.
Yeah.
Yeah.
A CB.
And now, no worries. You're kind of cutting out, buddy. If you can get back on later, that's cool. If not, no worries. Chop made it on.
Did.
Appreciate it. Pop him back off.
You popped him off?
Yeah, it's kind of cutting out. I popped him off real good.
It's nice you popped him off in front of everybody. It's
Friday.
It happens. You've had rum.
No, I haven't. I haven't had any rum. Just now got this Miller Lite, Nectar of the Gods, touching my lips for the first
Speaking
time.
of rum, man, I'm planning a trip, me and the wife, to Virgin Islands.
Oh, yeah. There you go. I mean, Tennessee, now you're just doing it big, man.
No, man.
See, you start getting it a little bit. And
I know. I'm going to get it. Well, I can't say I'm going to be getting it internationally because it's U.S. territory.
Yeah, and you guys can pop up some of your favorite Duke Tobin quotes from the day, and we can pop those up since neither of us has watched it. So, Stranger watched it for as long as he could, but when he specifically said the goal wasn't championships or Super Bowls, but was feeling good.
What?
That is quite the statement. Yeah, it is. Every team's goal should be winning a Super Bowl. That is crazy. Industry says, Chop, the Virgin Islands don't have what you think they have.
Wait a minute.
You've been lied to.
That's false advertising. That's bullshit, man. Look, it's on the map. It's true. Don't fucking ruin it for me. It's Industries. God damn it.
Yeah. So are you back, Dustin?
Is that any better?
Yeah, we can hear you. I mean, I don't know if it'll cut out some or not, but I'm sure you've been pretty busy too. I said neither of us listened to the Duke Tobin press conference. Did you get a chance to listen to it?
Yeah, I did. Not anything it was the recognition that, we need to add talent to defense. That kind of stood out to me. There, no changes, which is not a shocker to any of us. I thought there's a few moments throughout the press conference where he was, a little more defensive than, Duke can kind of get swirly like that. Just nothing I think super noteworthy to me, to be honest. Just kind of, I thought the questions were good. I mean, I thought he was, kind of somewhat upfront about answering them. But I don't know what people want to get out of these press conferences that much. I don't think there were as detailed questions as I would have liked, in terms of like the handling of the safety position and stuff like that. I do think there was a question around getting contracts done early. And he said that he would like to get those done, but then defaulted back to saying, like, hey, we got these big contracts done. We paid out over $400 million, that sort of thing. And then there was a question about the retention of players, and that was something that kind of he recognized, but also I think there was a learning moment for me there too. And sometimes that you don't recognize that, like, hey, we like to retain all of our players, but also that's not super doable in the NFL. And he did talk about, like, hey, we did take Trey Henderson from somebody else's team. Hey, we did take TJ Reader off the free agent market from somebody else's team that they would have loved. And that question was specific to retaining, obviously, Jesse Bates and then DJ Reader the second time around. So, that kind of made sense to me too. So,
Yeah. Well, and speaking of retaining guys and extensions, that's part of what I put. Yeah, Crip, you can call in too, I guess, if you really want,
Yeah.
But yeah, so I put extension candidates. I think obviously this goes to people that are free agents, so it's not even necessarily extension because their contracts are up now. But I mean, Dalton Reisner seems like a slam dunk home run. He wants to be here. I don't think he'd break the bank. He played really good at right guard. I mean, he was ranked like 18th out of 70 some guards. We were having guys ranked down near this bottom.
Yeah, right.
The last with the guys we had trotting out there lately. So to have competent guard play, I don't think you should overlook that, especially a guy who wants to be here, a veteran. Mims said he wants him back. Ted wants him back. Those are the guys he was playing in the middle of, at right guard on the line. So he's got an orange glove on because he can. Jeffrey. Jeff asked me why you had an orange glove on.
Wait, Jeff doesn't have orange gloves on today? Wait a minute. Jeff, are you doing your show later today with no orange gloves? Is that what I'm hearing?
It's unbelievable, Jeff.
Fucking Friday. Look, bro. It's Friday.
But if we So who's I mean, obviously I think Reisner, but some other prime extension candidates, Chop. Anybody off the top of your head? There's a few more guys I want to talk about, but who do you think they should maybe extend early that's under contract even?
I did read something that said that it's possible that DJ Turner's people are starting to talk to the Bengals now. So that's, man. I mean, I'm not going to lie. If they do a deal with DJ Turner right now, that's not Bengal-esque. You know what I mean? It's wait another year and kick it down the road. But so I would be very excited if they did that. They also need to get ahead of Miles Murphy. Let's get Joseph. I think Joseph Osai would stay for a little bit less money. He literally, like this man said, he fucked up. He said he would pay, like, he just wants to play. They would pay him what did he say, $5?
Oh, I don't know. I didn't hear that.
Like $5 or something like that. Just fucking around. But okay, give him $5. Let's keep him. Let's sign Joseph Osai because we got a shit pass rush now. Nothing. Zero.
Yeah, and Murphy, obviously they're going to use the 5th-year option on him, so that puts him here for 2 more years. I'm actually okay with not extending him this offseason, just because I think you got more pressing needs, and I think Dax Hill, who's going into his 5th year, so he's kind of a year ahead of Murphy. I would put Dax above Murphy on my list of guys they should look to extend. I would try to extend and lock down my outside corners and Dax and DJ both this offseason. And then you'd feel like, hey, we have a direction. We have something on the defense, to look forward to here for the next 3-4 years, and guys that have played really well and earned these extensions. So that's kind of my thought with 2 of the top guys for me. And then bringing back Osai, I'd be okay with. If not, you may have to invest another high draft pick. And it sounds like Duke talked about more D linemen. He wants to build through the trenches. And that could mean interior, but that could also mean some more edge guys to go with Shamar if they're going to kick him in more. And Murphy and Cedric Johnson, I think, will still be around as your DN 4 or 5, whatever, depending who all you add. Dustin, who do you think's priority for the Bengals to re-sign or get an early extension with?
Well, I think DJ Turner is the obvious one. Fortunately, this is where you're playing what's the agency? What's their thoughts? Do they want to kind of wait to hit the market to get a bidding war going? So I think it sounds great and dandy to try to like exercise these guys early, especially if they want to stay. And obviously, DJ Turner had said that, yeah, I want my agent involved early, but it's also like, do they bet on themselves? That's the things that we have to consider with some of these contracts, But to answer your question, DJ Turner would be the one that I'd want to exercise and get after early. I agree with you on Max Murphy. I'd kind of want to wait a little bit still because I'd want to see like another year of production out of him.
Well, where's Miles' brother going? Where's Max going?
Oh, Miles Murphy. Miles Murphy another year. I'd wait on him. I'd probably wait on Dax Hill too, because like I just like he had he had kind of some games this year that I'm just like, ooh, I don't know. And then he had a solid stretch there, so I would probably wait on him too. A guy that I'd probably want to get out in front of that we really haven't discussed a lot is Chase Brown as well.
Yeah, that's true.
That's a extension worthy person right now. The problem with that again too is like, where is your thoughts on the running back market?
Right.
I'm a guy that doesn't really want to give running backs a lot of money because it never really seems to work out. If they can meet somewhere in the middle, that's a reasonable price. But I'm not a big pay running back guy, to be honest. So
yeah, I mean, if you could get Brown for like 3 years, $30 million extension, I would be like, do it. Just both sides are happy at that point. But yeah, you start talking, 15 million a year or whatever. I don't know if I really want to do that.
What is the top running back market at?
I honestly don't know. Like, what did James Cook? I'm sure guys like James Cook got absolutely a ton of money. Saquon, obviously. But those guys, to me, I mean, Chase Brown's really good, so I'm not like dismissing Chase Brown, but I think, Chase Brown is not on that level of a talent yet, which may be why he wants to play another season. And
$12 million a year.
Cook. Like, that's what for Cook?
Cook, yep.
I mean, if Cook only got $12 million a year, shit, I'd be offering Brown. I mean, 8 to 10. I think.
That's what Siri said. So if that's not true, that shit's on Siri. That was a real quick asking her, but that's what she said. $12 million a year. So, I think Chase Brown's not getting any worse. He's getting better. He's got good hands. I mean, he's a good all around back. So, getting that one done probably would be smart.
Yeah, there's a sweet spot for running backs because, like Saquon, they won the Super Bowl, so I guess you could say that contract definitely was worth it. He went for 2,000, but look, his production's already fallen off. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
So they're gonna have to revisit that contract at some point. Yeah.
So Cook got 4 years, $46 million, and he was arguably the best running back in football. Like, I think there's a good case that he was the best running back this year in the entire NFL.
What'd you say you got, Dale?
4 years, $46 million. The average salary is 11.5.
Okay, that's about right.
So right around that 12, yeah.
Yeah, he won the rushing title. Yeah. And then you look on the flip side. I mean, would you say like revisionist history here? But would you have done the Mixon contract back in the day? That ended up kind of we got out from it, but the value wasn't there once it was hitting. You know what I mean?
Yeah, I don't know. I still think like I'm good with signing guys who deserved it, and if they show like they're good for the locker room, like Mixon was a good leader and stuff too. You know what I mean? So
for sure,
like, and he still had a lot of good games after that contract.
He was good for the fans too. Mixon was a real good for the fans. Engaging the fans on social media and stuff.
Yeah. No, I'm with you on that. Like certain players, we can't look at everything. It's like, hey, was their production the same as when they signed? I'm kind of doing that right now, but like, so I'm around. I'm okay for keeping those around, but I'm just super wary on giving running backs top end money because those guys just, the trend runs fast on those guys. You know what I mean? So.
Yeah.
Like a theory on running backs I've heard before where you just recycle and repeat with running backs. You just get one out of the draft, you run him for about 4 years, and then you get a new one.
Well, my philosophy, I'm doing that with a lot of my team. You know what I mean? But like, yeah. You know, I'm a cold-hearted GM.
I know. Your team would have a lot of fucking movement nonstop. Players players coming in.
Churn and burn, baby. Churn and burn.
Right.
He would be like the Buckeyes in the transfer portal where just all the players are leaving, and then it's like, hey, where are you bringing players from? You try to replace that many guys.
I don't know what's going on with
Ohio. Everybody's in the portal, like their entire freaking freshman class from last year is like entered. I'm like, what the hell? How's that,
man? I don't even want to hear it. We're getting sidetracked about schools, man.
Yeah.
Please.
Well, you know, I don't know. Ohio. Part of me is like Ryan Day is like, fuck this shit. I'm tired of it. Like, he's like, you know, I won a championship. I won the Michigan game this year. I'm tired of dealing with these kids, you know? So, I don't know.
Hey, Crip wants a traffic update because he said, like, you're, like, in the chopper, like Channel 9 News type stuff.
No, I had to deal. I had to drive to a customer, and I'm driving back right now. So, I'm almost home. I'm almost home, Crip. Don't you worry your pretty little nameless, faceless heart. I'll be back soon.
Yeah, you'll get to see his face potentially before the end of the show, Crip. Calm down.
With what Jeff says, his beautiful hair. Jeff said yesterday on the show that Dustin had a beautiful head of hair.
I mean, Jeff does get very excited over Dustin's hair.
He does.
Boner City, huh, boys?
That's right, man.
Well, how close are you to being home? Should we start our picks for the NFL or should we wait?
Am I distracting right now? I'm about like 10 minutes.
You're not distracting. Is he? I don't think so.
No, he's fine.
No, you're fine.
About 10 minutes.
I do miss your little snowboarding icon guy on your screen.
Well, I was going to go snowboarding today, too, at some point, but my buddy is like,
don't fucking lie, man. That's the customer. You went snowboarding.
No, I would love to, but the traffic. Here's the thing about Utah now, boys. It used to be a hidden gem. It's not anymore. Everybody has freaking boot here. So like I feel like I'm pushed out of my own state at this point because I've lived here for a while because I can't even go snowboarding anymore because there's too many people. It's like an amusement park.
It's bullshit.
You can go to Montana. I heard there's like 4 people that live in the entire state.
My brother lived there for a while.
Everybody comes to Utah because we probably have the best snow on earth outside of Japan. There's always like a battle. Is Japan snow better? So everybody comes here now. So, you know.
I think we're talking about cocaine. I don't even think we're talking about actual snow anymore.
We're probably not.
Well, you know.
They got the best out there.
You know,
I think their bag out there in Utah, man. Their bag in Utah is oxycodone.
I can neither confirm or deny.
Well, Chop, Dustin, you think you'd be on in about 15, 20 minutes then?
Yeah, I'll be like 10. Give me 10. I'll
okay.
Pop on.
Well, Chop, let's do a quick mock draft, buddy. Let's just rip off like a 3-round mock draft while we're waiting. Then we'll do our picks when Dustin gets home and back on.
All right, 3-round.
Yeah, we can do it. Well, let's do 4. Let's put 4. If we only get to 3, we only get to 3. You know me. This is my time of the year. There's no Bengals games. We'll talk some other NFL games. College football last night while you're pulling that up. Trinidad Chamberlain and Ole Miss, man. I was rooting for them, and that's SEC. And it's hard for me as a Buckeye fan to root for the SEC because they always talk shit as an entire conference. But, man, the way your coach, Lane Kiffin, left Ole Miss, I was rooting for those guys. I was really hoping they pull it out, which was probably the kiss of death. But that was an awesome game to watch. Went back and forth there in the fourth quarter, came down to the wire. Like, I really needed that Hail Mary completion just to top it off.
I thought he was going to get it. Listen to me. As a LSU fan in my head, I know, like, man, I hope that the Rebels lose because I want the coaching staff back at LSU focusing on the portal and signing players and stuff like that. But I couldn't stop. Inside my head was rooting for. I think I'm used to it because the Bengals have fucked me up, and I always got to root for the underdog. You know.
Yeah.
Like Miami should have run through them, and I mean run.
I mean, to be fair, Miami's like a 10 seed, you know. So Miami was technically the seed underdog, but to me, Ole Miss was the underdog because shit, your head coach left, some of your other coaches left. I mean, shit was pretty crazy.
Yeah. All right, I'm gonna hit start. The draft is going. Let's see.
And we want to see who
pick.
came.
Look at that. Look at that. Ohio. Brah. There's 2 of your guys that left in the portal.
Not in the portal, to the draft.
Yeah, I know. The draft.
So Arvell Reese, Caleb Downs on the board, Spencer Fano, Jeremiah Love, Keldrick Falk, who you know the Bengals are going to love. Peter Wood still on the board. I mean, I see the vision for so many of these guys. Mansour Delane, Jermon McCoy, Sonny Styles. Like, the board is loaded with talent. Who went off the board, Chop? Can we look at that just to give a recap real quick?
Mm-hmm. So, look at this. Dante Moore, the first pick that switched around. It's not Frankie Mendoza.
I don't know who Frankie is, but Fernando Mendoza.
Frankie
it would be completely shocking.
Bro, when you get to know the players like me.
Oh, that's a good point.
Nicknames.
That's fair.
This is Frankie. That's what it's calling.
But those two match up tonight. So, Dante Moore, Fernando Mendoza, big matchup, Indiana versus Oregon. Winner goes to the championship game. Should be a really fun game to watch. So those are the top 2 off the board. Moore to Vegas, Mendoza to the Jets. Francis Malinoa to Arizona to play right tackle. I don't hate that at all because that dude's just a stud. Yeah. And he's just going to be plug and play right tackle, and they could use a right tackle. No issue with that. Tennessee getting Reuben Bain. Man, people were hating on Reuben Bain. Bengals fan, I'm out on him. Where is he at? Like, he still had 6 pressures. You guys realize 6 pressures is a lot? That's really good. Like, he was still making an impact, and it looked like he was getting held half the time. Like, Reuben Bain's a beast, but he goes off the board here at 4 to Tennessee. At pick 5, the Giants go with Jordan Tyson over Carnell Tate. Then the Browns go with Mekhi Lemon over Carnell Tate. Washington takes David Bailey, the edge rusher from Texas Tech, which is the same pick we made. I think that would be a great pick for them to add juice. And then the Saints get another Buckeye to pair with Olave. They get Carnell Tate at wide receiver.
There's a lot of wide receivers went here, isn't there?
3 wide receivers off the board, and then the Chiefs take a tight end, Kenyon Sadiq. So that's how we got to the point to where Arvell Reese, Caleb Downs, Sonny Styles, Jeremiah Love, Spencer Fano, Keldrick Falk, Peter Woods are all still on the board when the Bengals pick a 10. What a great scenario for the Bengals, honestly.
Yeah. I gotta tell you, you said it the other day, and I always thought that like a cornerback would be out of play, but we talked about it earlier in this show about the signings. Like, what kind of confidence do you have that they can sign both Dax Hill and DJ Turner?
I mean, they did it with receivers, but we can look at the history with corners, and they didn't, right? It was Leon Hall, Jonathan Joseph, and they were like, okay, we're signing one of them.
Right.
So we look at their history of that, but if we look at recent history, they signed both wide receivers. So if they're smart, maybe they wait and they don't get both this all season, but maybe they get Turner done this year. They see how Dax plays out his 5th year if he stays healthy.
Yeah.
And then if he's one of their best players, re-sign him. But I can see them being interested in corner for sure.
Yeah, and if they take a corner in the first round, you got a guy here pick up his 5th-year option for 5 years. You can kick that down the road, paying him.
It's such a Bengals thing to do.
Yes, I know.
But I would hate it because I think Arvell Reese, we've talked about, he can play linebacker / defensive end. He can play that Viper role in Al Golden's defense. Much better than what Demetrius Knight was trying to do that a little bit earlier in the season. That's just not who he is.
Yeah.
So I think Reese would be good there. And I think this is about where he should go, around pick 10. I don't have this guy as a top 3 player in this class anymore. I just don't think he's that. He had a rough second half of the season, but the talent is obviously there. You're talking about guys like 6'4", 245, 250, with some real power in his hands, some real juice as a pass rusher, that we saw in flashes, and can move around and is versatile. So I like him a lot. Obviously, everyone loves Caleb Downs, the safety. I still am one of the rare people that don't know that that's the best way to build a team. I just don't think taking a safety at 10 in a class that has so many good safeties that I could get in the second round. I'd probably get a decent one in the 3rd. I like Emmanuel McNeil Warren from Toledo, but Dylan Finneman's right in that conversation from Oregon, who's going to play tonight. Very similar to Caleb Downs, honestly, but he's like as athletic wise, this is a guy who probably runs a 4.3. Caleb Downs probably not going to run at all because he's probably closer to a 4.5.
Yeah.
But he makes up for it with instincts, film study, his football IQ.
Bro, if you put on any of these highlights from any of these guys on this screen, they're crazy, but Caleb Downs is a beast.
Yeah, he's very good, and I don't think you can go wrong with taking him.
No.
Fano is right tackle. I don't think they're going to move Mims. They got Brown for another year. Jeremiah Love, I don't think they're taking a running back. Keldrick Falk, I think they'll be interested in. I wouldn't love that. He's not a consistent pass rusher. Like, why would we do this again? You know what I mean?
Yeah.
It's like you're building a basketball team instead of a football team if you take this guy. He's huge. I mean, he's like 6'6", 280.
And then here's your guy down here at 13.
All roads point back to Peter Woods still for me. 16% win rate on true pass sets. It was like 22 last year. He can play on the outside. He's got really quick feet. He's got good hand usage. Like, he's a dog against the run. He had 10.1% stop rate, which is probably top 10 in the country, for guys in this class, especially, probably top. I mean, Caden McDonald's like 13, but there's not hardly anyone above Peter Woods. Lee Hunter, like 11. But, I mean, you're talking about a guy with legitimate pass rush juice and can stop the run. I think Peter Woods would be a slam dunk pick, but I think Caleb Downs and Arvell Reese would be slam dunk picks. If they picked any of those three players, I'd be ecstatic, to be honest. Difference makers. Day one starters.
Yeah, there's not a lot of players on the screen right now that I think are going to not make an impact in year one, wherever they go.
For sure. So, what did we do on Monday? I don't even remember.
I don't know, but we didn't take Peter Woods, and maybe we should take him today because Duke Tobin said he wants a 3-tech, didn't he?
So I moved back to the chat. Chat, just drop your name in there. Woods, Downs, Reese. So we'll take the first one that I see 3 for the same player. That's who we're picking.
Right.
Crip said stop and pick the safety. I'm going to count that as vote for Downs, Crip, whether you meant it or not. You're a homer. You love your Buckeyes.
So in this scenario, Dale, you would take Peter Woods, right?
I would take Peter Woods because of the difference I think he'd make for this D line. You know what I mean? Like, you're going to lose Trey. You're losing some of that pass rush juice. Miles Murphy doesn't have the same juice, but he's got juice, and he's a different pass rusher. He's never going to be a 16, 17 sack per season guy like Trey Hendrickson's the thing.
Let me ask you this.
But you can
is
make
Peter
up for that.
Woods a better 3-tech than Caleb Downs is a safety?
Man, I don't know.
Who
That's
is
tough.
more
I got 3
now?
Peter Woods. Chris Crowley, Matt Walker, and Stranger all said Peter Woods. So Peter Woods is the pick. We're going to run it this way. So then that gives us rounds 2 and 3 to look and see what's available. So appreciate the chat coming in with that. And we'll do different ones, different scenarios, throughout. We'll try to always switch it up a little bit. Hey, we take this guy in the first.
Garrett Nussmeier went to Cleveland. I fucking knew it.
That's crazy. I have Nussmeier. I have Nussmeier as like a 5th round pick right now, Chop.
But I'm telling you, he's going to play like a 1st round pick. I just think I'm fucking homer. I get it. But
Trinidad Chambliss got his thing denied by the NCAA. So
no,
did
he really?
But they can still appeal that. So it's long from over. But I added him back to this draft class.
Wait a minute. He did get it or he didn't?
He got denied another year of eligibility.
Yeah. Fuck yeah, he got denied already twice before. So this is just the 3rd time.
Yeah,
like,
they've denied him.
I get it, but like, even when it was like his landing spot was LSU before they went on that tear and won, and then he stayed at Ole Miss. But like, I knew he wasn't going to get another year eligibility.
I think he still might. Lawyers are involved, and you know how NCAA is shaved. No, I'm just saying.
Had JUCO years. That's why he had eligibility. Trinidad Chambliss. Not only that, bro. they're doing you a favor. College is doing you a favor because your fucking draft stock at the end of next year is not going to be as high as it is right now.
Ty Simpson declared. We still don't know on Dante Moore, but you got Mendoza. If Moore declares, those are top 5 picks. I think Simpson's maybe a second-round guy, but quarterbacks get overdrafted. Somebody probably take him for the first rounds over or early in the second. Probably into the first, honestly, to have a 5th-year option. And then, but then I think after that, it's pretty wide open for Chambliss or Carson Beck, who I am a known hater of, who honestly played pretty well and has played pretty well in the playoffs. Hasn't been making the huge mistakes, which is really all they need him to do in Miami with the dogs they have on that offensive line and the run game. But still, that's what you got to do in the NFL sometimes too. You know, if you can just be a game manager. He's
been playing quarterback just a couple years less than Joe Flacco.
Mm-hmm.
And that dude has been like in college for 7 years, hasn't he?
Yeah.
I mean, if Trinidad Champions wants another
6.
year of eligibility, maybe he ought to talk to Carson Beck's camp.
Right. But so we took D-tackle Peter Woods in the first round. Right away on the board, you see C.J. Allen at the top, Brandon Cisse, Colton Hood at corner. Man, all those are to me, fringe first-round guys. But let's look at some different positions. You don't have to scroll through who's still on the board per se. We took a D tackle. So linebacker, I think we're pretty set. If we're taking a linebacker, it's C.J. Allen. But safety, I think we definitely need to look at since we didn't take Caleb Downs. And there's, I mean, dude.
Tell me about this Emmanuel McNeil Warren, because I was trying to look him up the other day. I think that's the Emmanuel part sticking out to me because it looks like Emmanuel, and I really liked him last year, and he's a fucking stud in Seattle.
So he's 6'3", 209. He's got good size. He's got good range, good ball skills. He's got a lot of interceptions, a lot of forced fumbles. So he's a guy who gets turnovers, gets the ball back for the offense. Toledo, a smaller school, but he's going to be at the Senior Bowl. He's going to, and Quinyon Mitchell, you know what I mean? Like they've had guys come through there that have done just fine. Yeah.
Especially Toledo when it's the small school.
Yeah. They've had guys that are really good, and he is right in that conversation. And I think second round is a perfect spot for him. Dylan Thieneman from Oregon, similar. I just said he's very similar to Caleb Downs. And AJ Halsey, I don't think is a reach here either. Like, and there's Kamari Ramsey behind Zakee Wheatley, and I got Ramsey as a second round guy. So this is why I'm okay with not taking Caleb Downs in the first. I just need one of like McNeil Warren, Thieneman, Halsey, or Ramsey to be on the board in the second round. All 4 of them are on the board, plus Zakee Wheatley, who I have right in that range, right behind them. Those 4. So it's stacked at safety for the second round. Maybe you get a guy in the third even, but I like it here. So I like safety a lot. I like C.J. Allen a lot. I think we should look at offensive tackle.
When you see those safeties, though, it's like, you know what? You can kick that one to the next round because one of them are going to be left.
Yeah.
If you got pretty much all those guys with a second round grade.
Yeah. Monroe Freeling, I don't care where they have him ranked here. He should be higher than everyone that's left on this board. And he's a left tackle, and he's from Georgia, where we've had a lot of success with our O-line, with Mims and Fairchild.
That's right.
And Freeling's a dude, but he still has to make his decision on the draft. He could go back to Georgia. If he goes back to Georgia, he's not even here. We're still waiting on that decision. Players have till like the 16th, I think. So they got like one more week to make that decision, unless they're playing in the championship game. Georgia is not. So we'll know by next week if he's in this class or not. But if he's there in the second, dude, I'm telling you, that's your left tackle of the future, and you feel great about it. I love Monroe Freeling. Basketball background, super athletic, great feet, like 82-something grade for a pass blocker this year. And he took the step that I thought he was going to take in limited action last year when he had to fill in for injury. So I love Monroe Freeling. I love the safeties. I love C.J. Allen, the linebacker that's there. I think he's a fringe first-round guy that we saw that's the top on this consensus mock draft database board, which my top 50 is part of this mock draft database, by the way. Just say it. Just subtle flex. Subtle flex. But Any other positions that we should look at? To me, those are like, man, the three main ones. Corner, like I said, we already said Cisse and Colton Hood. I'd be good with either of those guys.
Let's take a look at it.
Yeah, Kilgore, Nostradamus. I think, yeah, if he was there in the third, especially, he's played a little more slot corner than safety, but I think his position is going to be safety in the NFL.
What about edge here? What about this Romello Height?
Oh, yeah, I'm a big fan. He's undersized, and I'm curious to see how undersized when he gets his official measurements. But, like, he might be like 6'2", 235, and that's not a Bengals type of prospect, in my opinion. They would like Zion Young, who's more like the 6'4", 6'5", 265 type player. And then you got Messidor, the 25-year-old that's had a lot of injuries, but from Miami, I don't think it'd be a crazy pick in the second round either, even with the age and injuries, but it would be risky. Yeah, I'm going to hold off on edge. I think we'll go safety, Chop. I think it's just too many good players. So, chat, I'll give you these options: Thiedemann and McNeil Warren. Now, I know some of you want different players than that, but that's who I'm down to. Like, because I think they're very comparable. They're very close on my board. I would be good with either one in the second round. I think you'd have a day one starter from either one of those guys to pair with Jordan Battle.
Yeah, and Cincinnati's got good luck with Dylan's too, right?
Yeah.
Yeah.
So Ryan says McNeil Warren. So that's a vote for that. Nostradamus says the white boy, which is Dylan Thiedemann. Jungle Jerry says McNeil Warren. So we got two votes to one. We need one more McNeil Warren. We need two more Thiedemann. And that'll be the pick we go with. I don't think you can go wrong with either one. But Dustin, if you're just catching up, Monroe Freeling was on the board. CJ Allen, I think those would be great picks too here in the second round. And we took Peter Woods in the first based on the chat vote.
Yeah.
Oh, I like that.
Wasn't anything to do with Dale.
I'm going Dylan. You know I love him.
Yeah, you love him, but the chat's supposed to be voting here, but Stranger says, give me the more athletic of the two. I don't know who's more athletic. Like, who probably tests better might be Thiedemann, just because he's reported to run like a 4.3. He might be the better tester, but McNeil Warren plays fast, you know? Like, he's all over the place.
That's the guy I want. And I'm telling you, it's literally just because the name looks like Emmanuel.
Well, I feel like we've taken Thiedemann already. Let's take McNeil Warren here. Let's just take McNeil Warren because we don't have any more votes. Apparently, you got 136 people watching, but we can't get 3 votes for one player.
Can't get 3 votes, right? I mean, if you're one of the people listening on X, yeah, go ahead and keep driving. If you're driving, don't pick up the phone and text us.
Yeah. Don't do that. But so far we've taken Peter Woods, Emmanuel, and McNeil Warren. So we filled our need at 3 tech pass rush, along with the guy who can play good against the run. I think those are the guys that play a long time in the NFL. McNeil Warren, man, 6'3", 209 safety. That's just a dude that creates turnovers, whether it's forced fumbles, interceptions. He's all over the place. Great range. Love Emmanuel McNeil Warren. I think his stock's going to rise even more after the Senior Bowl because I think he'll have a great Senior Bowl week. Now we're in round 3, and it feels like cheating because I see Monroe Freeling already sitting there. I think we can look at wide receiver once you get to the third round because we've talked about getting some juice at slot wide receiver. We did sign Dante Myers from the CFL. I don't think that'll do it, but did sign that guy. Man, Jacoby Lane falling to the third is kind of crazy. Now, that does not fit a speedy slot receiver, but his potential is T. Higgins.
Oh, yeah?
He is a dude that just contested catch specialist, which you worry about the separation, but he's good enough in that area, and he makes some insane highlight reel catches similar to T.
Yeah.
But, I'm not seeing anything there that necessarily moves me for the Omar Cooper Jr., don't get me wrong, and Eric Singleton just hit the transfer portal. So that took a guy out that would fit that role. But Cooper Jr. from Indiana, who plays tonight, would be a really good slot type guy here in the third round. I wouldn't be opposed to him. He's a player.
Yeah.
But let's look at edge because we already seen Freeling at O tackle. So if we look at edge, Jackson hasn't made his draft decision yet. I like Derek Moore from Michigan. Like he had like a 36% win rate on true pass sets. He's not very good against the run, even though he's like 265. He's like 6'3", 265. That's what he's listed at. But he plays like fast and athletic. He doesn't play like a run stuffer, 6'3", 260. He plays like a pure pass rusher, pass rush DPR almost. Any thoughts on him, Dustin?
Man, I was just so enamored with that Lane was there.
I know, because like Lane to me could go late first or second, and he's there in the third.
Yeah.
It doesn't fit with what we need per se, but do you just say, Jamar, you're playing in the slot a lot, and you got 2 6'4", 6'5" wide receivers on the outside that you can just throw it up to at all times.
Or there's trades going on too. No, just kidding. No, man. What
For me personally, I just go right back to Moreau Freeling and just end this thing because that guy's a fringe first rounder and he's in the third right now. But he hasn't even declared in real life. So
yeah, I'm with you on that too.
Who's that corner, Chop? Oh, Keontae Scott. Yeah. He's gonna be 25 years old. Blah blah blah. I don't give a shit. That kid will knock the piss out of somebody. He's a safety / slot corner / you can play him on the outside. He's good in coverage, a good run defender. To me, you've got Ruben Bain, you got Mesdor, but Scott has been the heart and soul of that defense in this playoff run for Miami.
Oh yeah. Well,
I wouldn't hesitate to draft Keontae Scott in the third round.
Yeah, I'm with you on that. I'm all over that for sure. We want productive players. He's productive.
Well, and you know what? Let's have some integrity here. I feel like Moreau Freeling either A, won't declare for this draft class, B, if he does declare, he's well gone before the third round. So he's not available. But Keontae Scott might be there because of his age. That's the only reason. And Demetrius Knight would have been okay in the third round, not in the second, because of his age. We're in the third round. Keontae Scott, for me, is the pick. If you guys are good with it.
I'm good with that.
Let's do it.
Boom. We got one more, right?
Yeah, I think we did a fourth round, and so we'll look at edge, and we'll look at O tackle, and we'll look at receiver, and we'll make this pick quick so we can get to our NFL picks. You got to work, Chop?
No. Oh, look at there, man. Cincinnati would love that pick right there. The top player on the all is Dante Corleone.
It's not enough pass rush juice.
I'm just saying,
but
I agree. I'm just saying the Cincinnati, like the fans would like that pick.
Well, I mean, you did already get Peter Woods. So, like, if you did double up and you took the run stuffer at that point, Slayton is entering the last year of his contract. It wouldn't be the worst thing in the world to get a run stuffing D tackle still behind him, but I worry about his health. I worry about a lot of things with him.
Yeah.
Deontay Lawson. We don't have a linebacker yet.
It's true.
I like him. He's a little older. I need to see the size. I've seen him anywhere from 235 to 218. Like he was 218 at one point in the summer I saw listed. That's a little too thin, but man, he's like an 80+ guy, run defense grade per PFF. I like Lawson a lot. I mean, he stands out right away for the fourth round pick. We don't have a linebacker yet. So we took Peter Woods, Emmanuel McNeil-Warren, and Keontae Scott. We just said, hey, Duke said we need a defense.
That's right.
We took defense, and we could take another defensive player. We could go D tackle safety, cornerback, and linebacker, and you're just hammering needs. But what's an edge, Chop? So Anthony Lucas, big body dude. If you want the pass rush juice, though, Malachi Lawrence from UCF. Have you watched him at all, Dustin?
Mm-hmm. I was just about to say Lawrence.
Like that guy, he stands out to me. 4th round, like I think he could go that high. Like some people have him a little late. I got him around 4th, 5th round.
Hey, I'm just asking, is that Tyreek Sapp? Is he any relation to Warren?
I don't believe so.
All right.
And he doesn't have a lot of pass rush juice, but he's a dog against the run. Like this year, the numbers were down run stop rate, but I know last year it was like 12 something, which is like phenomenal, like top of the class type shit.
Yeah.
Yeah. I think he goes higher than the 4th round. He had 7 sacks this year, Lawrence.
Oh, Lawrence, yeah. Sapp, I think Sapp could still, but Lawrence, yeah, he could be a big riser through this process. 7 sacks.
Yeah.
I know his win rate was 25 plus. It might even been in the 30s. Like he's up there. And dude, he will knock the piss out of you. And he's got great bend. He's got the athleticism, all the stuff you want from an edge rusher.
Yep.
So I don't know. Like, I'm good with a lot of things. Well, what about receiver, Chop? Is there like, so Singleton's going back. Antonio Williams, I have him as a 2nd, 3rd round guy. We're in the 4th. He's had some injuries at Clemson, but last year he had like 10 touchdowns and almost 900 yards. This year he had some injuries again, like he did 2 years ago. But that would be a perfect slot wide receiver. I don't know how many times he'll be on the board in the 4th round. I kind of want to take him since we took 3 defensive players.
Which one?
Antonio Williams from Clemson.
Williams.
Any thoughts on him, Dustin?
Yeah, I mean, if he's in the 4th round, you freaking take him for sure.
Yeah, let's just take him. Give us one offensive player, and that'll end the draft. There's some good options there once again, though. So to recap the draft, Peter Woods, 1st round, D tackle, pass rusher. 2nd round, we took Emmanuel McNeil-Warren, the safety from Toledo, 6'3", 209, ball hawk, a guy who has a ton of forced fumbles throughout his career. Like, I love a guy that can do that Peanut Tillman punch, and knock the ball out, create turnovers. So I'm a big fan of him. And then we took Keontae Scott, a little bit older, but it's been the heartbeat of that defense for Miami, making it to the national championship game. I mean, man, he blasted Chambliss a couple times last night. I was like, holy shit. And he had the pick 6 versus Ohio State. He's just a good-ass football player. I wouldn't overthink the age once I got to the 3rd round. And then we took Antonio Williams. If it wasn't for injuries, you're talking a fringe 1st round, 2nd round player here. If he falls to the 4th, boom, put him in the slot. You got a dynamic weapon from the slot who has played on the outside some at Clemson as well during his time there. So that is our mock draft recap. Now we got our NFL picks.
Hell yeah, we do.
Fired that shit off like a boss, didn't we?
Fuck yeah, we did. And Destiny year.
Yeah, hell yeah.
Pretty much with that.
First game, the Los Angeles Rams is 4:30 on Saturday at the Carolina Panthers. I'm going Rams. I've already wrote down my picks for each game, so I can't be influenced by anybody. I'm not changing my mind. I'm going Rams. I strictly think they're the better team. Matt Stafford's the better quarterback. Puka Nacua is the best receiver in the game, but Ted McMillan's pretty damn good too. I don't want to sell him short on how good of a rookie season he's having, but Puka Nacua is a top 3, top 5 player in the entire NFL. Contested catch weapon. But I'm going Rams. It is in Carolina.
I would also take the Rams. I think they're a better team, and I think that it's been cute, Bryce Young, but it's done. Sorry, buddy. It's over.
Well, they had to back in too. They didn't win to get in. They needed someone else to win. I don't love that.
Right. NFC South. Come on. It was fun. Bye.
Um,
Does that mean bad things are going to happen, Dustin, when that beeping goes off? Is that your?
Man, like obviously I'm gonna take the Rams. They have not played well down the stretch at all. At all. Like, have you watched any of their last like 2 or 3 games?
Yeah, they look like a tank, and then the last couple games not look too great. I think they're a team that can turn on. I just think they can win this one. Next round, we'll see. We'll see what the matchup is. But
Yeah. I'll take the Rams as well.
okay. And I'll let you start with this one. I'm going to check on my dog really quick. You guys can tell me what you pick when I come back, but it is Green Bay at Chicago. Well, I'll just tell you what I picked first. I picked Green Bay. I've obviously been riding with Chicago as my surprise team to make the playoffs. Well, they made the playoffs, but I think Green Bay will find a way to win, but I think it's a toss-up game. The weather might be bad too. I can't remember if that was the case, but I'll be right back, Dustin.
Who's the quarterback at Green Bay right now? Is Love back? Do you know, Dustin?
Yeah.
Who did Dale pick? Did he pick Green Bay?
Yeah, he picked the Green Bay.
Son of a bitch, man. See, I want to pick something different, but I've been rolling with Green Bay the entire time, and they're the ones that helped me come up and pass up Dale. So I'm going to pick Green Bay again, and I mean that's going to be a good game, man. I like the divisional games when they're in the playoffs. I don't like it when we're in the playoffs and facing the divisional opponent, though.
Yeah. I am going to take Green Bay as well. I do think a lot of people at this point would kind of consider that almost like an upset because Green Bay has they've had injuries. They've gotten beat up quite a bit on defense. I think they're getting a lot of guys back. So, yeah, I'm going to take Green Bay.
Yeah. And Dale is not back from peeing yet. So.
Yeah, I am. Just got back. Who'd you guys pick?
Feeding your dog out. I meant feeding your dog, not peeing.
Yeah. It's definitely not pig. Who'd you guys pick?
Yeah, and you know what? It's once again unanimous.
Green Bay, really?
Man, Dale, you look at my picks. It's Green Bay. They've been
no, that's fine. No, I said I'm not going to change my picks. I'm changing that pick. I'm changing it. I don't care if I lose. There's no way I'm going unanimous against my Bears at home. My Chicago Bears.
Right. Yeah.
I can't. That's fine. That was the game. That was the only game I was hesitant on in the first place. So since you both picked, screw it.
Yeah.
But I just want the record to show I had picked Green Bay originally in case they win. But then if Chicago win, now I win either way.
Man, don't be getting no fucking asterisk on my goddamn win here, Dale.
I want to be like UCF when they hung a national championship banner for their undefeated season.
Yeah.
All right, next game is Buffalo at Jacksonville. Jacksonville is at home. How many fans do they even have? Will it be filled with Buffalo fans? Who knows? If Josh Allen doesn't win now, is he ever going to win? Jacksonville's been a unit this year. They've played really well. But I have to go with Crypt Keeper's Buffalo Bills on this one. For Crypt Keeper.
I'm sorry, man. Sarah was texting me. It's Buffalo and who?
Jacksonville. Jacksonville is the home team.
Duval.
And who did you take, Dale?
I picked Buffalo for Crypt Keeper.
All right, man. So here we go. Jacksonville.
I'm going to go Jacksonville as well.
Oh, really?
Yeah, buddy. Yeah, buddy. I just don't think it's Buffalo's year. There's too many. It's too up and down up there. Like, it's just not their year.
I think Jacksonville, and I think Buffalo, if they lose, I think McDermott gets fired, and I think Billy Bean gets fired.
I definitely think McDermott will get the can for sure.
Yeah.
Like if they lose this one with the team, like with no Lamar, no Burrow, no Mahomes in the playoffs, and you lose to Sunshine from Remember the Titans, that'd be wild.
Are you trying to say that if you got a coach and everybody likes the team and the fans are behind him and he's still not producing in the playoffs and getting you to the big dance, that you would fire that guy?
It's a crazy concept.
What? Come on, man.
Like if you didn't make the playoffs for
Cincinnati.
3 straight years and you had an MVP caliber quarterback.
Right. Oh, and you got the best player
they're
in the
in the
league with
playoffs.
Jamar Chase.
Yeah. Pretty crazy work. San Francisco at Philadelphia, which both of these games are Sunday. The Green Bay-Chicago game is Saturday night. The Buffalo-Jacksonville's 1 o'clock game. San Francisco at Philadelphia is Sunday at 4:30. I'm going San Francisco for literally no reason whatsoever. Like, I just don't trust Philadelphia, but they're at home. They won the Super Bowl last year. They could turn it on at any time. They've got talented players with Saquon and A.J. Brown, but they've been in turmoil all year. And maybe Christian McCaffrey goes off. Maybe Robert Saleh. But I am a little worried about Robert Saleh. Got some head coaching stuff, interviews and things like that. I don't like when my coach is distracted with that kind of stuff. But I'm going San Francisco for really no logical reason. I honestly think Philadelphia is more talented, but San Francisco played some damn good football down the stretch. That's really the reason.
Well, let me tell you something. I got a reason. I'm going San Francisco because it's the Brock Purdy revenge game from when they took out his fucking arm at the NFC Championship game. So it's in Philly too, right?
Yep.
Yeah. So it's the Brock Purdy revenge game. Puka Nacua is going to help his ass out, and San Francisco is going to win the game.
Puka Nacua is getting traded to San Francisco?
Yeah, it's a last-minute deal. They're all in.
Holy shit.
They're all in, Dale. These, it's California. It's a California rule. Dustin, you're closer to the West Coast. You know about this probably, that they can share.
Yeah. I'm gonna go San Francisco as well.
What are we doing? I want to change my pick again. I don't like you guys. I picked. Just let the record say it now. Originally picked like 5 of the away teams to win of the 6 games.
Okay, I'll take it. I'll take Philly.
No, you don't have to. Stick with your pick.
No, I'll take Philly. I was just gonna say, is Trent Williams back?
That's a good question.
He's on.
We do no research, and we just make these picks.
He's playing for the Rams this week.
They actually traded him for Puka Nacua.
They traded him for. That's the piece they got.
Wish I would have known that before I picked the Rams, though.
Yeah, I think he is. I think he is going to play. He practiced today.
So you want to stick with San Francisco or you want Philly?
I'll do Philly. I'm going to take Philly.
Don't change because you felt pressured to not all.
No. I'll take Philly.
All right. Next, we have the Los Angeles Chargers. Can they finally get a playoff win with Justin Herbert versus the Drake May New England Patriots? Now, Mike Vrabel has struggled in the playoffs historically, and we beat him as a 1 seed. So is this another season like that? That was in Tennessee. This is in New England. I could see Los Angeles winning this game. And Devontae Adams, I assume, will be healthy because that'll be huge. Wait, Devontae Adams on the Rams. Fuck. Yeah. Damn it, Chop. We're all over the place.
I know, man.
Who the fuck does
They're making a lot of moves at the end of the season?
Ladden McConkey and Quentin Johnson's played better football. I still don't trust the Chargers. I went Patriots. Travion Henderson could just break 1 or 2 or 3 long touchdowns, runs, passes. It doesn't matter. Travion Henderson wins this game.
I mean, I feel like if it's not the Patriots, it might be the biggest upset in the weekend, right?
I mean, on paper, but yeah. I do feel like the Chargers should have every chance to win this game. But they're also a California team. What's the weather going to be in New England? Can they grind a win out in some cold weather?
Yep. Well, I mean, I'm going with the Patriots. I'm going to root for the Chargers, but I think the Patriots are going to win.
Yeah, that's kind of where I'm at too, Chubb. Like, I'll probably end up rooting when I'm watching the game for the
I
upset.
just still hate the Patriots from Tom Brady. Even though I like Tom Brady
Yeah.
now because he's not part of the Patriots, I still hate the bad taste for the Patriots is still left in my mouth.
Man, if
Picking the Browns.
okay, I was gonna ask a question because I'm like a stipulations guy or like a like so for example, if I know they've had a lot of injuries, but if the Chargers lose to New England, do you think like the fan base for the Chargers become a little like disappointed? Because that would be like, wouldn't you think they like with Harbaugh that they have higher expectations than losing in the first round 2 years in a row?
They should, but once again, a stipulation, a caveat, they have a built-in excuse because of their tackle situation and the issues with Joe Alt injured, Rashawn Slater. It's something to look forward to next year, assuming that you've got 2 bookend tackles back fully healthy.
Yeah.
So they got like, I think if I was a fan of that team and my team lost this one, I'd be like, well, we didn't have 2 potential Pro Bowl tackles, you know.
I also think, yeah, I agree with that. I also think that they might lose Mentor too. I think he might get some head coaching looks. I think he might get hired by somebody.
Well, I mean, Dan Pitcher's getting a look from the Browns, and I didn't expect him to get.
There's a lot of coaching jobs that are opening up. It seems like.
Yeah, and the Bills could be another one that opens up.
Yeah, I think I could see that. I could see Mentor going to the Ravens too.
I think the Ravens are talking to Joe Brady too, aren't they? I thought I saw something.
He's coming in for an interview.
Yeah, he's coming in. Man,
if he gets hired up there, he'll probably do really good because that's one of the names that the Cincinnati fans have been yelling about, Joe Brady.
Yeah.
Just to answer Josh real quick, will they actually break down and hire more personnel to our scouting? No. Duke Tobin was one of the – I didn't get to watch it, but that's one thing that everyone was putting out. He already said they were not adding to it. They have
like
the right
literally people. Dale will do it for a fucking pack of tall boys and a fucking pack of cigarettes.
I mean, I would do it. I would do it for a $5 donation to the Project Game Day Draft Guide, which you can get yours, 359 pages.
Well, maybe homework for next week. I know we're going down to one show a week on Fridays, but I think it'd be cool to unpack that press conference a little bit more in our next show. So if you guys get around to listening
watching
to it.
Yeah. I mean, that's something we can talk, especially if there's anything that stands out, when I rewatch it too.
There was something I forgot to mention, and Dale, you actually brought this up before, I believe, but he had talked about like there's almost like a rotation on being the lead on some of these contract negotiations, that they actually kind of rotate that out. So Katie is not the only one that does that. Like some of their other scouts do have, like they kind of rotate out some of these negotiations. So yeah, I found that pretty interesting.
I thought, I was trying to see like I couldn't watch it, but I was trying to see some of the stuff that people were putting out. And I saw that and it's like, so basically is no one in charge?
Well, there was a question that's like, who's ultimately responsible for the 53 roster, right? And he had come back and said that like they haven't really declared that before, but ultimately like he did kind of say at the end of that, I believe that like, it would be his responsibility because like, kind of he has like, but there's not like a final say, and I think
there should be like, because if you're the GM, that should be your job, like, and you should be held. And that's the problem, that people aren't held responsible for these things because no one official. And it's this, but you could put Katie and Troy's face on it. You could put Duke's face on it.
Exactly.
You can put it because they just, hey, let's not have the blame. But you got it. Like, results matter, it pisses me off. But
I could kind of tell though. I feel like he does. Like he, was like fired up. I do feel like he was out there. I do feel like there's some heat on him though for results this year.
Well,
And
he's
for
not used to being out there, at
Yeah.
this point. He's
Yeah.
not used to even having to take any heat. He's still going to answer the way he answers. And it's like people's like, what did you expect from that? It's not about what I expect from his answers as much as the fact that he should feel the heat from a bad season.
And I think that's what I was saying. I my interpretation is he does.
Yeah.
He does. But
And that's something. I feel like,
That's
you know what I mean? Like,
Yeah.
hey, if you don't get it done next year, guess what? We put you out there. I keep putting him out there.
mhm.
The season starts, you're 1-3 again, or 2-5 after 5 straight losses. All right, dude, you're going to talk to the media. It's not just Zach.
Yeah.
Because he's getting fired, and so is your ass. Like that's how it should be.
I think it's easy to pile on, our front office quite a bit and stuff. There were some things that I thought was like kind of cool, like kind of like a learning kind of thing. I know I said it on when I was driving back. I thought his opener was good, talking about the responsibility to the city. He lives here, and stuff like that. I thought I could kind of tell he felt that, so I thought I want to give him some credit on that. One of my concerns, however, though, was the fact that we aren't expanding the department, and we are not really kind of he didn't really dive into what process he changes. He did say that they evolve every year, but I would have liked to have a little bit. I wish there was a follow-up question about changes of the process, because we just haven't seen that deliver the past 3 years, right? I kind of felt like, again, it was leaning on losing your quarterback and losing Trey Hendrickson a little too much in the press conference. Although I understand it, I thought he kind of leaned on it a little bit too much too. So those are my 2 red flags.
We always knew since Joe went down that the excuse at the end of the year was going to be Joe's toe, and throwing Trey Hendrickson in there is just a little bit of icing on the cake.
Mm-hmm. But yeah.
I mean, Joe Flacco comes in and throws for 350 fucking yards a game, 3 to 4 touchdowns a game, but it's Joe's toe.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
Yeah,
I get it. You're right, bro. You're right. We're all fucking stupid.
Didn't he talk about going to the Super Bowl and stuff like that? Like, I am so sick of every one of those motherfuckers mentioning that. Zach, him, Mike Brown.
I can't remember. I don't think he did. I do think that he had said that they've built really strong teams before.
Okay.
But I don't know if he said anything about the Super Bowl.
Like the exact words, yeah. And that might have been somebody on Twitter that kind of twisted it to that's what he meant. But and it probably is what he meant, for being honest. But
yeah,
if he did, I just don't say it. Because a lot of these people will specifically say it. We went to the Super Bowl in the AFC. We missed the playoffs for 3 straight years. Shut the fuck up.
Yeah. Yeah.
Oh, Ryan said he 100% did.
He did say it. Okay. I probably missed that. I was kind of doing other stuff as I was listening.
Yeah. And I haven't watched it, so I almost don't want to. It sounds really bad, but I know I will. I will watch it because that way we talk about it next week or whatever. I'll be able to be like, well, this is my thoughts on it. Well, I thought about having Pork Chop just play it when the show started. Just bring it up and let's react to it like we did that one time.
There's good and bad. There's good and bad. And there was a learning thing too for me.
How many times did you roll your eyes?
I wouldn't I think the big thing for me, the rolling of the eyes, is just the fact that there's not really much changes being taken place, unless that he had mentioned. That was the biggest thing for me. I think his theme for this whole thing was that they have to figure out a way to close games, and kind of be able to close out some of these, because the stats show that. So that for him, that was the theme of the press conference. But for me, the concern, again, there's no process changes. There's no adding of anybody.
Well, Chop, you know what, Chop? Just why don't you pull up another screen? Go to Bengals.
It's an hour long, bro. It's an hour.
We'll skip through. We'll try to find some stuff.
Okay. Did you want to do the last pick? Sorry.
Well, you didn't even make your pick.
Oh yeah, I didn't, did I?
The Patriots.
Yeah, I'm
Or the
just
Chargers.
to be different. I'll take the Chargers.
All right. Well, you pick first this time, so you don't have to feel like you're being different, and it's just your
Yeah.
pick, and it's locked in. Houston at Pittsburgh is the last game on Monday, so this is the Monday night game. Houston at Pittsburgh. Pittsburgh at home.
I fucking hate to say it, dude. I think Pittsburgh is gonna win. You know, I know, like I was with you, Dale, because we talked about the Texans being like the sneaky team. But there's something about like the Houston's offense just being kind of bad. And Pittsburgh's defense is actually playing really well for the most part. I mean, I know Lamar got loose with a couple of those throws, or Zay Flowers did too, but I don't know. I just see that their defensive front's going to disrupt the Texans, and they're going to do enough to win.
Bro really said what needs to change is our record. Wow. That's insane. And then I'll take Houston, Chop. You want Houston or your Pittsburgh Steelers for Tyler Kelly? I'm going CJ Stroud, boys. OHIO!
Yeah, I'm gonna take Houston too, man.
Yeah, you love Ohio State quarterbacks.
I do. I love the Buckeyes, man. CJ Stroud's he's the greatest quarterback to ever come out of any college ever. Big Ten. Woo!
I'm just sticking with that defense that we did talk about, Dustin. The defense, I think they can get enough out of the running game and don't turn the ball over. If Stroud don't turn the ball over, I think they find a way to win. I think Rodgers will throw a pick or two. But Rodgers played really good in that Ravens game, I thought, for him. You know,
yeah,
so we'll see. All right, Chop, let's give our reactions to some of this. So first off, let's read body language as he sets down.
All right, hold on here. Okay.
He didn't wear his Bengals hat. He has a Bengals hat.
He set the hat down like he's the first round
Emily
draft
just
pick.
told me Jay isn't here, but I wanted to pass along my condolences to Jay. I miss seeing him here.
He started
thinking
being
about him.
nice for sure.
I've been praying for him, and I look forward to seeing him back here with this group. And if anybody sees him, give him my best. But I miss you, Jay. I'll just say a couple things. I'm normally not a bad guy writing things down, but they're a smart group. They've been there before. We have excellent coaches, in my opinion. They're good teachers. Our players respect them. We have a team that, despite the fact that we were out of it, was still enjoying being around each other, still working hard, and to the very end of this season, still improving.
A little more.
That
more. This is all bullshit.
We're not representing the city the way that we need to. I think we're capable of it.
Yes,
but we've got to find the solutions to win and produce in the critical moments of games. The last two seasons have been derailed by critical moment execution errors. And we have to find the group of 11 to put out there that will execute in the critical moments. And I believe that we'll do that. But I'm confident. I think there's great days ahead for our football team. There's a lot of work to do. We're motivated to do it. We're excited to be here to do it. I'm excited to be here at this game. I believe I know players, and I know for a fact that nobody works at it more than me. And it doesn't occupy anybody's mind more than this occupies my mind. I've seen it. I've seen it at high levels.
Man, I can work real fucking hard at building a skyscraper too. You want to live in that bitch when I'm done?
We've had success here. I've seen it other places. I know what it looks like, but it's not about me. It's about our group. And that's what gives me the most confidence. It's about what I've seen in our group, not only in the personnel area, in the coaching area as well, and in what we have in the locker room right now.
Well, you went as far as to say you thought you had a championship team going into this season.
Absolutely. We still have a championship team in my mind. We have elite world-class players. We had a lot of challenges this year. A lot of challenges. We didn't navigate.
All right. How do we feel about that? Like, yeah, we have a championship team. We still have one in my mind. Well, yeah, because you're the one who constructed it. It's clearly not good enough.
I got to tell you, I just really feel like anything comes out of his mouth, it doesn't even matter to me. Like he did this press conference, and I appreciate it. You know, everybody's like, Duke Tobin never talks, and he did. He went in front of the mic, but I just don't believe anything comes out of his mouth.
Yeah.
Yeah, I mean, I guess like if you're like asking for like reading of the tone of this too, it kind of like I think
defensive, like a little defensive.
It's a little defensive, and that's where I say I feel like he feels like. I think, you know, now we're getting into psychology stuff here, but anytime anybody gets defensive about something, that means that they're fighting for their life. They're fighting for, in this example, they're fighting for their job. You know,
I doubt that, but man, I got to tell you, Dustin, that makes me excited to hear. But I'm just like have such a hard time thinking that they would ever get rid of Duke Tobin. I do feel like he's part of the family. Like at Christmas, he probably went to Mike Brown's house on Christmas Day, you know, and open present.
The reason why I believe is because I do think they like that Trey Brown guy a lot. I don't think they have any problem with like if Duke doesn't deliver, kicking Duke out and putting him in that position, you know?
Yeah.
Well, then why don't they hold Duke responsible for this bullshit where he's just up here talking shit about how, oh yeah, it is a championship caliber team that fucking didn't make the playoffs and has absolutely no defense.
Yeah.
All right. Let's watch a little more.
Navigate them effectively enough. We navigated some of them as effectively as you could, and then we had challenges elsewhere. When you lose your quarterback, we have a quarterback that we have taken great pains in building an offense around and for. And it does. And that offense took steps.
He just blamed it on Joe.
Yeah.
Right?
Don't get hurt, pussy.
Yeah.
Steps this year without him. And so with him, we feel like that is starting to just hit its stride with the way the offensive line came on, with the way the running game came on. I would tell you that I saw things this year that I wouldn't have thought I would ever see. Somebody walk into the building 2 days before a game, pick up an incredibly complex offense, go out with people he just shook hands with, and make it work. That is amazing. You know people from afar because they're in the same industry as you, and I know Joe Flacco from afar. But when you meet him and get to appreciate what he's all about and what he accomplished here in such a short time, and then go out and have an injury, not be able to practice, and still go out and produce. That speaks to him. It also speaks to our coaches and how they are able to immediately pivot and regenerate something that gave us a chance. Other parts of the team then decided it wasn't going to give us a chance. And that's on me. That's on me. But there are things that worked and things that showed.
Dustin, I know you had something, but yeah, I think it was good to get to there.
Yeah. I was going to say, so in that beginning part of when we started playing it, so when he was talking about building the offense, do you guys get a sense, like generally speaking, that the way that they have built the team and right now that they might have felt forced by Joe Burrow to do it? Do you get that sense, that tone? Because I don't think they ever really had the plans of paying T. Higgins, to be honest.
I 100% have thought that the entire time. Like, Joe Burrow put the pressure on them, and Jamar Chase also helped. Like, Jamar Chase literally wouldn't sign his deal until T did.
Yeah.
Yeah, they definitely did. And when I said that Duke's throwing Joe under the bus, that's what I'm saying is, like, he's like, look, we gave this elite quarterback that you guys all love everything he wants. What do you want us to do? We built that offense the way he wanted it, you know?
And you know who was also known for this, too? Up into the point of where he is now, Aaron Rodgers, because he was bringing his friends all over the place, you know. and it didn't work out for him. So
yeah, but I feel like it's like I feel like if the Bengals didn't sign T. Higgins, they would be so much worse than even they were this year, and there'd be even less hope for next year. We'd probably be taking a receiver 10th overall and still trying to make Joe happy. You know what I mean?
yeah, that's valid. I'm just trying to like see both perspectives here, and it's kind of like part of me is like I wonder if like okay, now that they do have him paid because they just weren't part of their plans to probably do that, and they just did it. Now that's part of their responsibility. Like you decided to do it, you should come up with like Plan B. You should have had a Plan B the whole time. You know. So
how about Plan D, defense?
Well, and that's what I think. Like you're really getting into like, okay, now they're paid. Now that side's happened. You're saying other parts of the team is what he just said. He's clearly talking about the defense, right?
Mm-hmm.
So it's like, and that's on me, which okay, you're right. It is. You got to continue building that. And Al Golden's not playing for a national championship before. Al Golden has all this time to now scout players, do everything that they asked them to do. So I know we talked about it last year, but I really do think this is so damn crucial of an offseason. And I would take as many swings as possible in free agency and the draft on the defense yet again. And thankfully, we saw some flashes from Shamar Stewart. We saw some good play from Miles Murphy. Some decent stuff from Jordan Battle. Some good, really good, some excellent play from Dax Hill and DJ Turner. So if they can add the right pieces around that, the linebackers is what's most curious to me still, and 3-tech. But let's watch a little more of it, and then we'll just end it because we can't watch an hour of it. But this will give us a starting point for next week.
Yeah.
You want me to just move to a bigger miscellaneous spot in there, or continue where we're at?
I wonder if that one's done. Like, is that question done?
Oh, let's see.
Hey, we've got the right people in this building, because that doesn't happen. That
All
is
right,
a rare thing
forward?
that you can create something out of nothing. We had failure early. The thing that I saw in our defense, though, proud of that. I really am.
Speaking of Joe Burrow, he was obviously disillusioned, disheartened by the way the season turned out, what he came back to. I'm curious what kind of assurances you've given him that this won't happen again and that the roster will be competitive, especially on the defensive side where most of the failure.
We had failure early. The thing that I saw in our defense, though, as it went on, Craig's, is that it started to find its footing. We played a lot of young guys. The game slowed down for them. They sped up. We finally figured out.
Thanks for calling Discover. Hi, I just received my new Discover card. It says
Hey,
cashback.
thanks for calling Discover.
Buy what you
Yeah,
need,
thanks
earn a
for
little
calling
extra
Discover.
back. Even on
One
baseball
thing.
bat.
You gotta get YouTube Premium, bro. You gotta get YouTube Premium.
Man, that shit costs money. I ain't got all that.
How to stop the run. We were stopping the run. We were generating turnovers. When the defense played well, then it was the offensive turn to not play well. We have to find that complementary football. I'm always open and honest with Joe, but it takes a full football team. And I don't believe that one side of the ball was not complicit in our season. Both sides of the ball, all three phases were complicit in our season. And we've got to clean that up. It's the critical moments of games. When one side is doing well, the other side has to take advantage. The main example of that was Miami. We went down there, we generated turnovers, we scored touchdowns. We generated turnover, we scored touchdowns. It's complementary football. We didn't have that a lot this year. We need to find that.
You talked earlier about
fans are, this. Fans are upset. I'm here kind of representing fans. I'm not a sports person.
Yeah.
They want to know a few things. What are you going to specifically do in the offseason to create a championship team immediately? Will you beef up your scouting department, which you are very proud of, but will you beef it up to be more like other NFL teams? And will you insist on an offensive play caller? Because their ticket prices are going up. They're looking at mediocrity. And they need some assurance that some of these things are going to be addressed.
What was the second part of
Who was that? Was that who's asking that question?
I think it's one of the like she doesn't cover sports.
Yeah, she said she was representing the fans.
Well, good for her, man.
Yeah, good for her.
Good for her, man. I want to buy that fucking chick a beer.
He probably won't answer this worth of shit before we hear it, but that was good.
Yeah. Let's hear this answer. This is a good one, and then we'll end it after this.
Yeah.
That offensive play calling.
Offensive play caller they like. They want your scouting department beefed up, and they want to know like what other issues, what other things internally.
Yeah, the specifics of the offseason, we're still going through that right now. We're still debriefing the season. We're still analyzing each and every player on our roster, where the needs are. We have a good feeling for where that is. I wouldn't outline exactly. We're going to bring in, Paul over here, and he's going to play, 3 technique for us. We have a very good idea of where the needs are on our football team, and we're going to attack them from a personnel standpoint. Our coaches during the season did a great job in what we were asking the players to do. They made changes in how we were going about it, and it worked on that side on the defensive side of the ball, and honestly it worked on the offensive side of the ball. So we had some nimbleness during the season. In terms of our scouting staff, in my opinion, is the size that it is, because I think the collaboration is better at that size. We have never lacked for information on a player. There's never been a player selected that we didn't know anything about. There's never been a player selected that we didn't have multiple reports and large background on. It's not about the volume of information we have. If we make a mistake, it's because at the decision point, we made the wrong decision. But it wasn't because we didn't have information on the player. We have information, and we have plenty of opinion on the player, and we've made a lot of good picks. I get that people don't believe we've made any good picks. We've made a lot of good picks on our current roster, on past rosters, and there will be more on future rosters. I really believe that. In terms of our process, every year it changes some. Every year it evolves. We have different data sources. We have different touch points with the players. We change our meeting styles. We change our medicals. We evolve and change in how we operate. Every team does. And we also will evolve and change in how we meet and when we start attacking free agency and when we start really making the plan for the off season. The NFL season isn't even over yet, but we're on track with coming up with our plan for how we will attack and who might fit the needs that we'll have. That's something that we're going through. When you end your season early, it does provide that benefit that you get on this stuff earlier.
Going into
all right,
like,
Chap.
I know you know how.
We'll pop that off.
So one of my things there, and this actually might kind of like almost, like kind of somewhat not defend ownership, but like the way he answered the beefing of the staff, and he's answered it this way before, it makes me think that he's the one that actually wants the small staff, the small scouting staff that we have. What if the ownership would want to add to it? To me, he has a lot more power than I think than I thought going into this press conference. He has more power than I thought he did.
I don't know, because if he does, he should be fired, and he can say, "Well, we made good picks," and he's trying to vouch for his job. But it's like if he doesn't have that say, and it is like Katie and Troy and Mike, then it's kind of like, I'm doing the best I can with what I had. Like, I could have more people in here and they don't listen to me. You could read it either way.
Sure.
You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Like, hey, we haven't always made the best decisions because, well, we've had the right information, but the final decision was made by someone else. Now, if the final decision, and that's the transparency that we'll never get, but I would love to. But if he was the actual GM, the buck would stop with him.
Mm-hmm.
You know what I mean? And we're not hearing that once again. Like, I made these decisions. Zach Carter, that didn't work out. That was my pick. I made that pick. That didn't work out. 3rd round, trying to move him to D tackle, put on weight. That didn't work out. That's on me. I made that bad pick. And you don't want to put names out there. I get that in general. But you know what I mean? Like, if you knew 100%, the picks were on me. Good, bad, ugly, and different. But they just passed the blame around. And then passed the credit around.
No accountability.
No. And we're still not going to get that. Whether he does 100 press conferences, 2 press conferences, however many press conferences each year, we're not going to find that out.
Yeah, I had my camera off during that, but this is what it looked like the whole time. Like, roll my eyes, laughing. It was like a fucking comedy show. I just don't believe him, man. I want to believe that the man is coming out there and telling the truth, but like, I also wanted to believe that last year.
Right there, Josh. The Josh Holland nailed it on the head right here. If you can keep saying it's a collaboration, nobody has to take the accountability.
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
At the end of you know what I mean?
Yeah.
And Zach Taylor does that with his play calling.
They take a vote, man. They're probably like, all right, man, Jermaine Burton, yays, yay, nays, nay. Oh, the yays have it.
Stranger, you're not wrong. If they hired me to scout for them, I would see the first paycheck, realize the pay difference to being a teacher, and I'd be the safest hire the Bengals ever made.
Yeah, right.
Buddy, I ain't going nowhere.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
You ain't got to pay me that much.
Yeah.
It's just a little decent, more than teacher pay.
Yeah.
Tall boys through the week, rum on Fridays, and a pack of smokes. You got Dale.
Yeah. Yeah.
Dustin, why are you like, is it cold there? Because I feel like you're like still in my vibe.
Oh,
no. If you had these gloves on, which the homeless man gloves with that. Yeah.
I was trying to go snowboarding this morning. Yeah. Like I said, and Utah is so busy these days. It's depressing. I can't even get up. You got to get up at like 5 a.m. to even get it like in the parking lot because the parking lots fill up so fast to even get to be able to snowboard or ski, whatever your preference is. But
so Will says that Duke did say he makes the final say. Like he gets the final. So hey, that's good information to know.
Yeah, and that's where it's like, you know, he has more. It's almost like maybe he has more power than I thought coming into this press conference, and that's what I was like kind of referencing before too. You know.
Yeah, well, and for them to put him out here, and I mean, we'll see. We'll see a year from now if things go bad, right? If things go good, we ain't even shit. We're talking playoffs. We ain't talking firings and Duke's job and this and that.
Playoffs.
We'd be talking about the playoffs. But
yeah.
But you know, if it does, I think this is the step to where they're like, hey, there's no way next year. I mean, when Burrow says it's everything, this offseason is everything, I think that is what it is. I don't think there's a next year where Duke comes out and has a press conference where he can say, well, Joe Burrow wanted this. Well, you're the GM. It's your job to go spend the money that you have, get creative in contracts, which once again, pass the blame around. That's probably Katie and Troy and Mike with the money side of it, which I hate, you know, because that's a big divide when it comes to this stuff.
Yeah.
I could add more players, but they're telling me I only have $5 million to spend. But every other salary cap thing is telling me I got $25 million, you know?
Yeah. Yeah. You know,
time will tell. A lot of other things to talk about. We'll be talking a lot of draft, a lot of free agency. We'll be talking about the stuff that as fans we can hope for. We clearly are not getting any changes. They've already said it. No coaching changes, no front office changes, no expansion of the scouting department. Stuff that will probably bite us in the ass again. And we'll be talking about this again next year. But we are going to focus our attention as we go down to 1 day a week on Fridays and do mock drafts and have fun and make NFL picks and talk, hey, free agents at different positions. I got notes upon notes upon notes of things for us to talk about. So,
yeah,
man, like, subscribe, do the things, man. Do the things for the Bengals.
Hit your notification button, right?
We are probably a better show in the off season than the season, to be honest.
It's true. It's true.
Because we are I am constantly ahead of the game when it comes to the off season because it helps me not be so upset when we suck each year.
Right. And I do a lot of film study with 90 Day Fiance.
He does. He does.
Yeah. That's how I'm able to know about California trades where Puka Nacua can go play for the 49ers and help them out.
You know, I do wonder if there's – so Sindestri, for the podcast listeners, Sindestri says, a Sydney Sweeney episode. I wonder if you could do like a bracket of like Sydney Sweeney outfits, like for where her chestular area looks the best. Which outfits make her chestular area? Chestular, not a word. Just going with it.
It's a word now, Dale. It's a word now.
I do want to shout out one thing about the season.
Is, you don't like titties? You're dating an Asian,
right?
Yeah. Well, they got those too.
They do. What?
You found one with boobs?
Yeah. It's. I was gonna say, Scott Peters did one hell of a job this year. So to end on a positive note.
End of season award, Scott Peters, coach of the year.
Yeah, coach of the year. Put him as head coach.
Make him the head
Sydney Sweeney. Sydney Sweeney, best jeans of the year. That was controversial, the whole. But hey, fucking, she got a nice ass, fucking titty, whatever.
Mm-hmm.
All right, I'll be on Jeff's show at 5:30. Imagine the fucked up shit I'll say then.
And you're drinking or not drinking today?
Drinking Miller Lights, no rum.
No rum today. Okay.
Actually, I do have that bottle of rum from Darth. I tried it and it's really fun. Like I had to sip that. I may pour one of those rums. I don't have my normal Lady Bly rum.
Dale, you could be drinking
this rum down.
What rum is it?
I don't know. It's from like Jamaica when he went to Jamaica.
Well, that's good. That's gonna get you all fuckered up then.
Oh yeah, I took like 2 sips of it the one day and I was like, nope.
Maybe it's that Cruzan. I've been looking at the Virgin Islands because we're going to go there, and it's big rum in the Caribbean, and I keep seeing Cruzan rum.
Yeah.
Hey man, I love you guys. It's a new year. It's the same us though, but I do, man. I love you guys in the chat. I love being able to do this show. We're going down to 1 day a week. It's mainly just so we don't burn out doing this. And we'll have more to talk about. And like I said, sometimes the shows, when Chop doesn't have to work, these shows will go long. We'll have mock drafts. We'll do all kinds of fun stuff. So, yeah, 1 show a week. I think it's going to be good for the off season.
Yeah, it's good. And you know what though? When the draft went closer to the draft, I'm sure it's going to kick up to like 7 days a week.
Well, free agency, you'll have that week of free agency where it's like, shit, we got to do 3-4 shows during free agency.
Yeah.
And that's when Greg will be back. We signed like a 3rd string tight end, and Greg's pouring Midwest Best barbecue sauce all over his nipples, shirtless.
Yeah, we'll get Zach Ertz.
What happens,
The Bengals will be interested in Zach Ertz, and it'll be Ertz Natty.
Well,
yeah, who day, Josh? Nostradamus, love you too, brother. Who day, stranger. Appreciate you guys. Go ahead, Dustin. Sorry.
I was just gonna say, free agency I think it's gonna be one of the most expensive free agencies we've ever seen because I don't think the draft's that great this year. I'm just gonna say it.
Well, I don't think the top end of the draft. I think you can still get guys in the middle. Like day 2, I love day 2 anyways. That's always my favorite. That's when you really can make hay. That's when you get like some dudes. And I actually include like round 4 into my day 2 a little bit because you can get dudes there that start for you in round 4 every single year.
Yeah. Hey, and just so you guys know, here's how important the draft is to me. I switched my vacations because my vacation was draft week. So I'm going to go the week before.
Well, because you got the Project Game Day draft event.
Well, I got that. Plus, I got to be here, on draft night.
What happens then?
Well, we do a live show.
What?
During the draft, yeah. We talked
the
about
whole draft?
Well, it's going to be shorter this time because I heard they shortened the time in between the picks.
Well, also we picked 10th, so honestly, we can just go up till the Bengals and then end the show.
That's
that
true.
Wouldn't be a bad idea.
Yep.
But yeah, then day 2, we got the Project Game Day draft event. I believe it's scheduled or in negotiations to be at the Folding Warehouse again, like it was last year.
Yeah.
Pretty awesome event.
This time, most likely, we're going to add that motherfucker Tyler Kelly in the dunk tank.
Yeah. Yep. We had Jordan Battle last year, who was awesome, man.
Tank,
no, not in the dunk tank, but in general, took pictures with everybody. Was just chilling, loving him. Some Midwest Best Barbecue wings, I can tell you that. And shout out our sponsors, Midwest Best Barbecue, and shout out the Chop Shop, where you can get awesome shirts like this from the Chop Shop.
It ain't going to happen, but you can still go get the shirt and support the movement.
Yeah, I'm glad we're talking about Duke Tobin's press conference, and you're wearing the Fire Duke Tobin shirt.
I know.
I'm actually shocked you haven't sent me a Fire Duke Tobin shirt.
Oh, I should.
Are you not made out of money? I have to buy this?
I know. Well, especially since that new tax law with the don't get taxed on overtime. Once that check comes in, I'll probably be able to send you one.
Well, I have to buy one. I've definitely financially not been doing great, but
I wish I'm almost rooting for Duke because, to be real talk, I kind of like him as a person. I think he's a cool dude. I will say that. But that's why
I think he'd be fun to actually go out and have beers with, and probably you would get all the tea. This
he would get drunk and be like, "Man, fuck them guys, them cocksuckers."
Or he'd be like, "They're so fucking stupid. I don't even pay attention to the draft. I don't even care about free agents. They've been paying me for 20 fucking years just because I bring them coffee every morning."
Right. Yeah.
I
had a slip and fall on Mike Brown's porch ever since then.
Right. I own that bitch.
I was walking. I didn't even know shit about football. I was walking my dog in front of his house and had a slip and fall.
Facts. But yeah, man, I'm excited. I'm excited for the off season. 6-11. I'm not excited for the Bengals season and how it went, and it sucks. Man, we got a top 10 pick. We got money to spend in free agency. Whether we spend it or not, who knows? But we got a lot to talk about, man. Even going down to 1 day a week, I think it just gives us more to talk about. We're firing on all cylinders. And then we got Crypt Keeper talking about his Buffalo Bills.
He also is a big Ohio State fan, I think.
Yes, he loves the Bills in Ohio State. 100%.
Loves the Bills in Ohio State.
But damn, I gotta go on Jeff's show in 15 minutes, guys. I love Dustin and I love Pork Chop because these are my boys.
Do a three-way make out with the both.
The boys,
in lot one.
The boys.
But I love these guys and I love everybody in the chat, man. You guys are awesome. You're always firing stuff out there, and yeah, man.
Yeah,
subscribe, retweet, tell people to buy that damn draft guide.
And
made about $300 and some dollars. I put about 1,000+ hours into it minimum already for this one.
And don't forget to DM Dale your dick pics.
Or you just Venmo me, Dale-Altman. Just Venmo me and say, hey, I want a draft guide with your email address. I'll fucking send you one.
Hey, listen to this, man. This is real quick. This is so funny. I'm looking at these hotels and I'm going through the pictures, and someone literally put up their Venmo barcode thing in the hotel pictures, thinking somebody might scan that bitch.
That's smart as fuck.
It's hilarious.
That's next level.
Yeah,
have him run the Bengals.
I gave him $5.
Good.
Yeah.
Shit, I got to do that. You give me $5.
Yeah.
All right. Appreciate y'all.
All right.